Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we've got another Prize Picks video for you. We're going to be talking about the NBA slate on Thursday, December 21st. We've got 8 games. It's going to be some fun matchups. Should have some high-scoring games. But before we get into our picks, if you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code, and they'll double your first deposit up to $100. They're going to match whatever you put on. So if you do deposit the full 100, you'll get 200 to play with. Just use our code, and they'll hook you up with that deal. And if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. We run several different types of shows. This is our late night show. We also have a daily show Monday through Friday. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed, and you'll be notified as soon as we post our videos with these plays, because they often change pretty soon after we put them up. And last thing, guys, as always, we appreciate the likes. If you could like this video, it really helps us just put the video up into the algorithm, gives us more exposure, helps us grow the channel, and it means a lot to us. You guys have been killing it with that, and we appreciate it. So we're going to jump into a recap before we do our picks. So for the night video, I had Brandon Miller to go over 19.5 points and rebounds. He cashed on that. He ended up going for 27. And I also had Michael Porter Jr. to go over 20.5 points and rebounds. He fell short, unfortunately. He got us there with the rebounds. He got 6 rebounds, so he didn't need to do too much with the scoring, but he ended up going 5 for 13 from the field. It just wasn't falling. He was taking some of these shots that were just like off balance, like running up to the 3-point line and hucking it up, and it didn't pan out. So he didn't end up cashing, unfortunately. What about you, Jordy?
Yeah, so for the night video, I had taken Julius Randle for over 29.5 PA, and he went for 30, so he hit on that one. And then I took Gordon Hayward for over 16.5 points. Now, I kind of warned you guys I was a little scared about this one, and he did look a little sluggish out there today. He only went for 11. I thought he was going to hit this, though, honestly, because he came out kind of playing pretty good, and then right around halftime, man, he just looked like a whole different person. He was so like sluggish, and he just didn't look very healthy out there. So clearly he's still dealing with some of that sickness. So that was unfortunate. And yeah, those are my 2 for the night video.
All right. And for the daily show, man, this was just one of those nights. It was literally just a night to take all of the unders. Unfortunately, the bonus had a great matchup. We took him for over 12.5 rebounds. He went for 10. That was like my lock of the day. I don't like using that word, but that was like my favorite pick of the day. Nothing's a lock. Yeah, man. I'm shocked that he didn't cash 13 at least. Anyways, and then we had Colin Sexton. He came close. We took him for over 27.5 points and assists. He was looking like he was going to get this in the first half, and then just kind of fell apart in the second half, and he slowed down a lot. He didn't get it dit. My gosh, it was a rough night, man.
Yeah, and for my night or my day ones, I had Zubox for over 1.5 blocks and steals, and he got a steal in the first like 2 minutes of the game, and then he didn't get any more. A guy who's averaging 2 blocks all year can't give me 1. That's just crazy. But anyway, that one missed. And then I took Reggie Jackson PR over 11, which he's hit like 8 out of 10 games, and he went for 9. So just a really rough night. All of these plays that we had last night, like I still have the lines for them on my notes. Reggie Jackson was a 130 and Zubox was a 135. So it's like, tell me you wanted to take the under on those being juiced over that hard.
Yeah, and just even outside of the odds makers, like just the narrative, like the plays, like it's like I feel good about all these, but this is the nature of the game, man. Like you have nights like this, and it's rough, but 100%. Like we've mentioned before, like we're still way ahead. I mean, it depends on how you're playing, like yeah. we have a very particular way we play. But we're still ahead on the year because when you do go on a run, it makes up for this because you're hitting like, if you're hitting a 6-man, you're hitting 25x. So we hit one of those more often than it's not like we go 6 straight losses and then hit one. Anyways, guys, rough one, but we're going to bounce back. We're going to get things rolling here. We got NFL and NBA for the Thursday slate. So let's get rolling. All right. So to get us started, I'm going to be taking a points and rebounds prop. I'm sorry, rebounds and assist prop. And I'm going to the man who broke his assist record last time I took his free throws. And that's going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's been killing it lately. And the board is tough right now, guys. This is our first look show. Prize Picks is not giving us much tonight. So it took us a while to figure out like which way we want to go here, especially me. So I'm taking him for over 17.5. He hit this against Houston, which is a tough matchup. He went for 20. The Spurs, I thought that he was just going to, it makes sense. The Spurs aren't great, but I thought that he was going to score more than 11 points in that game. But yeah, he's in rhythm right now, and the rest of his team is cashing their shots. So I feel good about him going over 17.5 here. We take a look at, let's look at this over under real quick. So we got a 238.5 over under with the Bucks favored by 8.5. So we are in this sort of potential blowout number here, but the Magic, I think, will be able to keep it somewhat close. Obviously, if Giannis was able to cash 30 against a team that they had like a 16-point spread in favor of them. So I'm not too concerned about blowout getting in the way of Giannis cashing these rebounds and assists. And if we take a look at what he's been doing over his last 5 games, he's averaging 13 rebounds a game and 6.8 assists a game. So that would clearly put us over the mark there. We take a look at the matchup. Orlando against power forwards. It is tough on paper. They're only allowing 9.1 rebounds per game and 3.3 assists, but the average power forward is not Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I feel good about him just completely crushing through their averages. And if we hop over to Daily Grind. All right, so rebounds and assists, they have this at a 52.45% chance of going over. And BetMGM has this at a minus 125, DraftKings minus 125, FanDuel minus 130, and Daily Grind has that as a minus 127. So yeah, guys, on a slim board right now. Hopefully it opens up for you later. We were hoping it opens up a lot tomorrow. But I'm going to be rolling with this at first look. And then my next play I'm feeling good about is a PRA, and I'm going to be taking Tyus Jones. Haven't been visiting this dude in a little bit, but he's been getting hot, so I want to get back in with this. Over his last 3 games, he's been putting up numbers against pretty decent teams, definitely not bottom of the barrel teams. He had 34 against Indiana, 37 against Phoenix, and 26 against Sacramento. All good matchups to be putting up crazy numbers like that for him, So I'm going to be taking the over. If we take a look at the over-under here, where are we at? Oh, that was down here. All right, so we got a 240 over-under, which that's high, man. With the Blazers favored by 3.5. So this is going to be a fun game to get pieces of. If we take a look at Tyus over his last 5 games, he's averaging 13.2 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 7.6 assists. But yeah, if you look at these last 3 games, I'm just going to switch that real quick so we can see what he's been averaging during those when he's been getting hot. So yeah, he's averaging 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 10.3 assists. He's been killing it on the assists. So I'm feeling good about this play, and I'm happy because I've missed being able to get any of the Wizards that you can actually count on. Portland against point guards, we got 24 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 8.6 assists per game. So this is a killer matchup for him. I'm feeling really good about this. And it shows the rebounds in red here at 6, but 6 on average for a point guard, like that's solid. It's just because the number in general is low, but for a point guard, that's a pretty good number. So I'm feeling good. If he just hits his average that he's been hitting lately against what they've been averaging all season, this should cash for us. Take a look at the daily grind. All right, so they have this at about just under a 51% chance of going over on the odds, and BetMGM has this as at a minus 120, and DraftKings had it at a minus 120 as well. They're favoring, his points rebounds are a little bit more juiced here if you're afraid of this play. But the reason I want to have the PRA is because he's been averaging over 10 assists a game in the matchup against the assists. They're allowing over 8 a game to point guards. So these are the two I'm rolling with for first look. What do you got for us, Jordy?
Yeah, man. Let's see here. Oh, there's us. I gotta get to my screen here. Okay. So, to get me started on this dookie board, I'm going to be going with a turnovers prop. I'm actually really stoked about this prop. I almost took it in the last video, looking at our record in the last video. I wish I would have. But, this, I wanted to see what Desmond Bane would do with Ja being back in this category, because I thought, well, maybe he won't handle the ball much. He still handled the ball a majority of the time. He's their shooting guard, but he's almost playing point guard with how much he's bringing the ball up the court and stuff. And, I think while Ja is trying to get, obviously he's pretty comfortable already, but, I think while he's trying to ease him back in, they don't want Ja getting all those on-ball minutes where he's going to get tired. Because I don't know if you guys watched the game. Ja was like straight up dry heaving. So I don't think they want him doing too much when he's already putting up such monster games already. But, Desmond Bane's been turning the ball over way too much, and it hasn't slowed down. I always talk about how this is typically a coaching point where they don't want you to turn the ball over, but Desmond Bane doesn't care. He's been averaging this for the last 11 games. He's only missed this once in the last 10 games. If you look at the turnovers here, he's averaging 3.9 turnovers a game, which is just terrible, but it's set at 2.5, and I like it. If we go to the daily grind here, you can see that it's a minus 135 pretty much across the board, and everyone's liking this play. I mean, it's a consistent one right now, and we'll see if he can hit it for us again. I like it. It's a little bit of a risky play because turnovers, like I said, they are kind of a coaching point, but with how he's been doing it, I mean, he's done it in like out of 20 games, he's done it 16 times, so it's just unbelievably juiced. So I'm going to be taking it. I don't think it's going to last long, so I would definitely grab this. Every good play we had before we were about to start the video, Prize Picks was ripping it down, so happy to see this one still up. So I'm going to be taking that one for over. And then my next one, I'm just going to be going back to my man Jeremy Grant here for over 26 points and assists. He's been awesome. He's heating back up again. We took him at 25.5 against Phoenix, and he hit there. He actually had a pretty bad shooting night too, and he still hit because he is getting some assists here. If you look at his last 10 games here, let me refresh this because it won't let me get the dates right. So yeah, against Phoenix, like I was saying in that video, it's fun to do the points and assists because there's games where he doesn't get a lot of rebounds, and I was saying that in the last video where I took him, and he only had 1 rebound against Phoenix, but he went for 22 points and 4 assists, so that ended up cashing us. So, a guy who can put 30 points up on the board, and he's getting, he's averaging 3 assists a game. I just like him to go over this. I think it's a pretty solid one for us here. He's got a great matchup. Obviously they're going against Washington. I don't have to sit here and preach about how bad they are at everything defensively. They're giving up 26.8 points a game and about 3 assists. So, if Jeremy Grant just comes out there and gets hot from shooting, I think he's going to be fine, and I think he's going to, pass this with flying colors for us. So these are my 2 picks on a very, very slim board that we've waited a long time for, and it just hasn't developed the way we wanted to. So yeah, that's what I'm rocking with.
Yeah, man. And guys, if you had a night like we did, just shake it off. This was just a random night where you unless you just took unders across the board, it was a rough one. So don't let it get to you. Let's keep the positive vibes going. We have a great slate tomorrow with football too, so we're gonna get to mix and match and have a good time. We appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to Boston Nick and Patty B and Skywalker. And also shout out to John from Sharp Bets. He came and showed us some love in our NFL comments, and he said Skywalker told him about our channel. So shout out to all you guys, man. That's really cool. We appreciate all the support that we've been getting as we started this channel. So awesome, guys. Well, also before I forget, if you're interested in checking out the Daily Grind DFS Optimizer, they are our official partner. They're awesome people, man. They've been so awesome to work with. And they're hooking up all of our viewers with 25% off of anything on their anything in their memberships. They've got great tools, several different types of tools, some really killer tools for NFL. And if you're interested in that, there's a link in the description of the video. Use code BACKDOOR and you'll get 25% off of anything that you subscribe to. So that'll do it for us, guys. It's late. We're both ready for some sleep. Need to catch up on some sleep, but we appreciate you guys. Have a great night and have a good Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow for the Daily Show.
All right. Good luck, guys.